Andrew, some further focus today on the government's changes to superannuation. What's happening on that front?
Well, the Treasurer and Finance Minister failed to meet a deadline for an order of documents in the Senate last Thursday pertaining to this statement by the ministers in the last week of question times that by 2050, the government's super tax changes will hit 10% of people.
In 30 years, Treasury projects that roughly only the top 10% of earners will retire, with superannuation balances of around $3 million or more.
By the beginning of next decade, it will be around 1%. In 30 years, 1 in 10 people will be impacted by it. This is the number that the Shadow Treasurer thinks is some kind of stunning insight.
So the Senate order asked for modelling which justified those answers. With the opposition set to jump on this, I understand documents will be provided to the Senate potentially this week outlining that the government's tax on super funds with more than $3 million in them will affect 80,000 people on introduction in 25-26. Treasury projects 10% of people retiring in 2052 will be affected. The Treasury documents identify that tax changes the coalition made to super impacted 160,000 people in 2017-18 and will affect 30% of people retiring in 2052.